sustain us. Bring in the love where the waves crash and scatter. Words form a bond and they endlessly chain us. Kindness that matters. Voices arise and the flow never falter. Building a space where the ties last forever. Chat is the place where respect doesn't alter, holding us clever. Grateful are we for the sparks that ignite us. Chat lifts us up, every voice brings its power. Threads of goodwill through the storms that unite us. Hope we devour. Here in this space, every heart finds its meaning. Words weave a net where the world feels much kinder. Chat is the pulse, every moment redeeming, binding reminder. Grateful are we for the sparks that ignite us. Chat lifts us up, every voice brings its power. Threads of goodwill through the storms that unite us. Hope we devour. Quiet nights and the storms full of thunder, chat holds the light, every word a new tether. Strength in the love that connects us, no sunder, lifting together. Hats off to chat for the joy in your giving. Every kind soul brings a world that feels brighter. May these connections endure while we're living, bond growing tighter. Hats off to chat for the joy in your giving. Every kind soul brings a world that feels brighter. May these connections endure while we're living, bond growing tighter. To chat for the hearts that sustain us. Bring in the love where the waves crash and scatter. Words form a bond and they endlessly chain us. Kindness that matters. Voices arise and the flow never falter. Building a space where the ties last forever. Chat is the place where respect doesn't alter, holding us clever. Grateful are we for the sparks that ignite us. Chat lifts us up, every
Well, hi there, everybody. How are you? Brian, welcome in. I see you win the First In Award. That is excellent. Let me pull it up right away. I think you will like it. Let me find the right. They have changed. They have changed the way they're doing things. Okay, Brian, here you go. Check him out. Is he not adorable? Fuzzy, I cannot believe it's been a year since I got monetized. Time has flown, and we didn't even think this time last year that I'd be graduated by now. And look at what we got. I thought it fit you. I thought it fit you. Email me and I will get it off to you, Brian. Let me do that right now while I'm thinking about it. Just right now while I'm thinking about it, and that way I don't have to worry about it once I'm done. It should be in your inbox right now, Brian. Already done. Already done. So, how is everybody today? What has been going on? I have been fully engrossed in my vacation of doing nothing. I think I am getting to the point where I might be tired of doing nothing. You're welcome. You made an A and a B? That's excellent, Brian. Yeah, it'll take time. Just keep doing it. And Brian, I went back. There were some classes that I went back and retook because if you retake the same class, if you retake the same class at the same school, hey, Lorelai, how are you? You can get tired of doing nothing. I'm not quite there yet, y'all, but I am I am thinking that I might experience the getting tired of doing nothing here pretty quick, which is good. I go back to work tomorrow. I've got all you need is a 2.0 to graduate. Well, you got to maintain that 2.0, man. You got to maintain that 2.0. Fuzzy, are you still here? Lorelai, you're fine. You're fine. I go by Carrie. How was vacation, Lorelai? I go back to work tomorrow and I am going to the county fair tomorrow for work. So we will see how that goes. I'm not necessarily looking forward to it. I'm not necessarily not looking forward to it. I'm just, you don't think you'll have any issue? Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Those things that were hard to do when we were kids become second nature when you're an adult. One of them is keeping your grades up. One of them is keeping your grades up. There's a whole lot of things that become easier to do once you're an adult that I could never understand how adults did when I was a kid. Figuring percentages in their heads. New Mexico in an Earthship off the grid. That sounds so cool, Lorelai. That sounds really exceptionally cool. You only call me Carrie when it's serious? That's a good one, Fuzz. Only you guys call me Carrie Ann. In my in real life, I just go by Carrie. So it's easy to know who's who. Hey, Bob, how are you? Sorry, guys, I was feeling like I was having red lipstick on my teeth, which is a thing that happens to me all the time. Makes me a little nuts. Makes me a little nuts. So, what shall we talk about today, y'all? Do we want to play a game? You were failing out? Yes, exactly. I had like a 1.85. It was really low. It was really low. So it's game night. What's old, Bob? What's old? You had a volunteer sunflower? That's so lovely, Lorelai. Did everybody have a great 4th of July? I had a lovely holiday weekend. I love it when the 4th is on a Thursday or a Friday. You get the whole long weekend. Hello, hola. It is good to see you. In Kathy's Clown, the Everly Brothers said they don't want your love. Didn't want your love. What else didn't they want? In Kathy's Clown, the Everly Brothers said they didn't want your love. What else didn't they want? You did yard work? It was your birthday? You turned 60? Oh, you were doing old? Congratulations, Fuzzy. You're doing old, Bob? I can understand that. I can sort of understand that. Happy birthday, Lorelai. How's the yard looking, Brian? We didn't do any yard work. We just had the 4th of July out in the yard. So congratulations to you and the wife on 10 years, Fuzzy. That is an accomplishment that you should both be proud of. It's hard work. Thank you, Indigo. It looks awfully red on camera, but it is really a bright fuchsia. I'm not sure why it's coming across so red on camera, but it is definitely fuchsia and not red. 60 is easier than you thought. Well, that's good to know. I am rapidly approaching. It was really overgrown, so it's looking rough. I'm sorry, Brian. That's a lot of work to get through overgrown yard. That's a lot of work to get through overgrown yard. I hope you've got some folks to help you do it, that you don't have to keep it up all by yourself. Do you own or do you rent, Brian? Indigo, are we still on for, we're on for Friday, right? Is that what we decided? So let's try this question again. In Kathy's Clown, the Everly Brothers said they didn't want your love. What else didn't they want? Oh, your equipment was on the blink? That's awful, Brian. You own just little old you. That's hard work, man. That's hard work keeping up a house all on your own. It's excellent. It's excellent that you own. But it does mean a lot more work. You're responsible for everything when you own. It is somewhat nice to be able to call the landlord and say XYZ isn't working, would you please fix it? You live on family land. Nice. Brian, that's nice to have that connection, to your family. My family sold my grandmother's house several years ago, and I still mourn the loss of that house. In a deep, deep way. It was the one constant throughout my entire life was my grandparents' house. And they had at least an acre in the city. You like that you don't have to pay rent, but the mobile you live in needs to be replaced. That's hard too, Brian. Not paying rent makes a huge difference. Not paying rent makes a huge difference. But getting the mobile replaced is going to be a lot of work, I'm sure. And it means a new house payment. So that's here's hoping and praying that it will maintain for you until you have the means and the ability to get something new. Friday at 8? Okay, good. 8 your time. 6 my time. I am kind of excited about going to the county fair tomorrow. I need to do some laundry. I need to do some laundry after I'm done with you guys this afternoon. This evening, rather. You got a plan that by next year you'll have a tiny house? Brian, that's so cool. That's an excellent way to go. Oh, you're so sweet, Lorelai. Okay, so we don't know the answer to the first question. The answer is don't want your love anymore. Don't want your kisses like before. Doesn't want your kisses. Not your love, nor your kisses. You need to do laundry tomorrow? Yeah, I need to have some pants. It's kisses. Yes, it is kisses. You said kisses several times, didn't you, Brian? That's why you were saying kisses. I need to stand up sometimes. I'm such a dork. Indeed, good vibes. Kisses. Okay, so next question. In The Jerk, Steve Martin's character excitedly jumps around and yells, I'm somebody now. I'm somebody now. Why? Yepers, yepers, I'm a dork. Carrie Ann is a dork. I'm glad. I'm glad, Brian. Whoops right over my head. Wasn't even thinking. Clearly. Brain needs to reconnect to head. Ooh. You found your purpose? Getting an off-grid tiny home, Lorelai? Good vibes. How are you, dear? It is good to see you. My phones are buzzing. My phones are buzzing. In The Jerk, Indigo's trying to get a truck. Yeah, that does sound interesting. What about a panel van, Indigo? Have you looked at that? I know people have done amazing things with panel vans. Box truck tiny home renovation. There you go. I found my purpose. Oh, it's not purpose. It's not purpose. See, you guys are answering the questions and I'm not connecting that you're answering the questions. My bad. My bad. I found my purpose. That's not what it is. Yes. The phone book's here. The new phone book's here. His name was in the phone book. Which game required that you stand perfectly still when seen? Which backyard game required that you stand perfectly still when seen? His name was in the phone book. Yes, it was. Brian, you got that in your email, right? It arrived. Just wait until you guys see the third Minnesota Goodbye Award. Third Minnesota Goodbye Award. Freeze tag. is right. That's absolutely right. In 1971, D.B. Cooper became famous and rich and then disappeared completely. What did he do? Waldo, Marco Polo, freeze tag, traffic light. Yep, red light, green light. Red light, green light. I haven't seen The Jerk in years either. I should watch it. I watched this afternoon. I sat down and I watched Labyrinth and The Dark Crystal. The big wheel has keeping on turning. Yeah, he did jump out of a jet plane. With what? Hey, Zippy, how are you doing? He got money by taking control of a plane that he later jumped out of with said cash. No, he hijacked the plane, yeah, and parachuted out. You're right, Indigo, with $200,000. Janet makes me think of Gilda, and I am amused. Nice, Zippy. You did say money. You did say money. You guys all got it right. I need my reading glasses tonight, y'all. What's everybody been up to? I saw Aaron putting down tracks at the Scientology building today. You couldn't remember the word hijacked. That's so funny. That's hilarious. Okay, next question. I love these glasses. I think they are fabulous. In Linda Ronstadt's version of When Will I Be Loved, she starts by saying she's been what? Actually, navy blue. Navy blue. I got a navy blue muslin uh dress for knock around. For knock around this summer. It's just my house dress. Excuse me. Your thumbs are poised for the next question. In Linda Ronstadt's version of When Will I Be Loved, she starts out by saying she's been what? She's been what? Yeah, well, the lipstick um is very, very much fuchsia, but it is coming up red on the screen. But if I look, yeah, it's definitely fuchsia. Maybe I just don't have enough light on me. Cheated is right. It looks goth from here. Well, so I'm cheating and doing a navy blue goth. Maybe if I take here, now you can see it's blue. It's really blue. Maybe you can see it's blue. It's definitely blue. Oh, Indigo, I'm so sorry you're feeling poorly, honey. You take care, and I will talk to you Friday. Um, we'll have to text about how we're going to meet on Friday, Indigo. Before you leave, if you haven't left yet, Indigo, are you Apple or Android? Still black? Okay, it was worth a try. Nope, still black. I don't know, maybe you can see it there. It's definitely navy. Definitely navy. If I stood next to you, it's just a deep indigo. Why am I arguing with you? Okay, if I was standing next to you, brain fog, it would definitely be navy. But if you guys want to call it black, that's very cool. What product did Ella Fitzgerald promote by singing a note that shattered a glass? What product did Ella Fitzgerald promote by singing a note that shattered a glass? There ain't no winning with this bunch, but I'm accustomed to not winning, so it's not really that big a deal. You get me coming and going. That's just the name of the game. Anybody remember? Indeed, a tough crowd, Zippy. Yes, Brian. Memorex cassettes, because I have less sense than most, brain fog. Because I have less sense than most. I concur. It looks stunningly black in the picture. It was not a cleaning project. It was Memorex cassette tapes. It was absolutely Memorex cassette tapes. Is it live or is it Memorex? Um, Name the mayor of West Berlin who stood next to President John F. Kennedy at the Brandenburg Gate. Name the mayor of West Berlin. We definitely need Adam here. Oh, yeah, the cassettes. Yes, Zippy, the cassettes. The mayor of West Berlin who stood next to JFK at the Brandenburg Gate. We definitely need Adam. Does anybody know that one? Oh, the mixtapes. I miss the mixtapes. A lot of OMD on those mixtapes. When Mikey doesn't throw up, what do his older brothers start shouting? When Mikey doesn't throw up, what do his older brothers start shouting? I know this one. A lot of orchestral maneuvers in the dark. Depeche Mode, The Cure, Willie Brandt. Yes, Fuzzy, you are absolutely right. Ding, ding, ding. Give that girl a scotch or a beer or a Coke or a water. He likes it. He really, really likes it. Mikey likes it. On the Andy Griffith Show, the town drunk would just lock himself in the jail. What was his name? On the Andy Griffith Show, the town drunk would just lock himself in jail. Life cereal, indeed. What was the town drunk's name on the Andy Griffith Show? Our parents had a general term meant to cover all the kissing, feeling, and touching we were doing. What was the term? Lorelai, you've got a pretty crown next to your head. Otis Campbell, very good, Fuzzy. Very good. I am impressed. I am impressed. Otis, it is. Yes. Otis, it is. Mhm. Only one chapter in Ralph Nader's book was actually about the Chevy Corvair. What was the title of Nader's famous indictment of auto industry safety? My mom was a nurse. She called it meningitis. Buzz is looking up on the internet. Fuzz, are you using alternate means of information to win the game? Because that is frowned upon. Doesn't let other people get the glory, although you have been waiting, I see. And I didn't say, wow, what, Lorelei, honey? Hmm. Unsafe at any speed. Unsafe at any speed is what it is. Anybody got an answer? For our parents had a general term meant to cover all the kissing, feeling, and touching we were doing. What was the term? Because unsafe at any speed is absolutely right. You knew the Ralph Nader one, though? Okay. Fuzzy, I really can't believe it's been a year since I've been monetized. Time just flies. Time just flies. Even though the group ABBA sold over 300 million albums worldwide, only 4 songs reached the top 10 in the US. Name 2 of the 4. Fooling around is not it, brain fog. It is not fooling around. It is petting. Our parents called it petting. The kids were doing a lot of heavy petting. Your dad made unsafe at any speed required reading in your household. Wow, Fuzzy. Good vibes. Have a good night, dear. Sleep well. Sleep tight. Sleep sweet. Thank you for the congratulations. Justin, how are you, dear? It is good to see you. So the question on the table, even though the group ABBA sold over 300 million albums worldwide, only 4 songs reached the top 10 in the US. Name 2 of the 4. Lorelei has it right with Dancing Queen as 1. Let's see what others you guys have up your sleeves. Loving Me, Loving You is not 1. Knowing Me, Knowing You is not 1. Is not 1. Name the 1976 novelty song by Rick Dees and the cast of Idiotos that combined the disco craze with a cartoon animal. Take a Chance on Me. Yes, Take a Chance on Me is another one. I'm sorry, brain fog. I'm sorry your leg hurts. I really wish that would abate for you. The winner takes it all. Yes, Brian. Corvair Spider 1967. Ro, which question are you answering? Disco Duck is right. Disco Duck is right. Name the 3 actors who played the kids on Father Knows Best. Name the three actors who played the kids on Father Knows Best. I totally wish your leg would stop hurting now, too. I very much wish your leg would stop hurting. I'm glad you're not coming up to Seattle if it's or to Portland if it's giving you trouble though. It is what it is until it is no more. Yes, indeed, Ro. How are you doing tonight? It is good to see you. The three actors who played the kids on Father Knows Best. From 1965 to 1966, who had 54 complete games, a 1.88 ERA, and two Cy Young Awards? We lived in Seattle before we moved to Portland, brain fog, so sometimes my brain defaults to me being in Seattle in my head because that is still home. I think it's just this year that I've been longer in Portland than I was in Seattle. So every once and so often. Besides the Kennedys, name six people who were assassinated during the Boomer years. This is a hard one. Six people who were assassinated during the boom years, besides the Kennedys. And from 1965 to 1966, who had 54 complete games, a 1.88 ERA, and two Cy Young Awards. And finally, three questions on the table. JFK, Malcolm X, Robert Kennedy. Yeah, besides the Kennedys. According to Elton John, where was Daniel traveling? MLK Jr., Marcus Foster, Malcolm X. Yeah. Wow, what, Lorelai? Sometimes the delay, you guys, my brain just goes to a different place and I forget what I was saying. I forget what I was saying. Down the yellow brick road? No, that is not the answer. According to Elton John, where was Daniel traveling? He was on a plane. He was on a plane. Zippy, why'd you get thrown off? I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back. We've got 3 questions on the table. From 64 to 65, who had 54 complete games, a 1.88 ERA, and 2 Cy Young Awards? Lee Harvey Oswald? Yes. He's not on the list, but we're going to count him. Spain is right, brain fog. Oh, I think Claude played really well, Zippy. I think Claude worked. Yeah, it is a lot of people. So the list for 6 people who were assassinated during the boom years is Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, George Lincoln Rockwell, Ngo Dinh Diem, Ngo Dinh Diem, Medgar Evers, George Moscone, Harvey Milk, and Patricia Lumumba. And I feel like I should know those names better than I do. And the person who had 2 Cy Young Awards, Medgar Evers. Yes, Zippy. The person who had 2 Cy Young Awards was Sandy Koufax. Daniel was traveling to Spain. Who were the 2 stars? Moscone? Thank you, brain fog. Thank you, Mama Katoni. I so appreciate it. Moscone, Katoni. Who were the 2 stars of the TV series I Spy? Who were the 2 stars of the TV series I Spy? Olympic gymnast Nadia Comaneci was from what country? Olympic gymnast Nadia Comaneci was from what country? Moscone. I got it. Sorry, y'all. Mama Cat won. Romania, indeed. Hey, Papa Cat. Did I say hi to you when you came in? If not, that's my bad. I apologize. Bill Cosby and Robert Culp. That is it. Bill Cosby and Robert Culp. Hey, Journey. I'm glad you're back. Where did Sam Cooke want Cupid to shoot his arrow to? And Mary Tyler Moore's character worked at WJM TV in what city? In what city? I thought that Zippy was correcting me, brain fog. Cupid, draw back your bow and let your arrow throw. Chicago? No, it was not Chicago, Journey. Hey, Big Chief, how are you, sweetie? It is good to see you. How are you doing? How are things going? It's 4:20 somewhere. Name 5 of the biggest groups that performed at Woodstock. Zippy, you didn't do anything. You're cool. I think Brain Fog was playing. If not, she just thought, Moose Girl, middle finger in my general direction, what I do. Now I'm confused. Straight to my lover's heart. Yes, straight to my lover's heart for me. That's way off key. You got some history in SF and you're older than Brain Fog? Zippy, are you older than us? I didn't realize that. I did not realize that. So Mary Tyler Moore's character worked at WJM-TV in what city? In what city? You're a Moose Girl and you're number 1. Got it. Got it. Moose Girl is Fuzz. A tad bratty. Okay, we'll go with the tad bratty. You guys know me. I'm an airhead. Shit goes right out of my head. Except I know, here's a hint. I know in my bones what city Mary Tyler Moore worked worked in at WJM TV. I know what city that was in. Like it's in my bones. Like it's in my bones. Hendrix? Nope. Groups, Papa Cat. Groups. Jefferson Airplane. Yeah. Not Philadelphia. Was not Philadelphia. Mandy, sweetheart. How are you doing? Philly is not correct. Minneapolis. Minneapolis it is, Fuzz. Zippy coming in the clutch right after Fuzzy. It's Minneapolis. Minneapolis it is. Okay. Forget the solo artists, just name 5 of the biggest groups that performed at Woodstock. 5 of the biggest groups. Oh, Mandy, I'm sorry, honey. I know this is a really hard time. It's important. It's important that we take time for ourselves. I hope you've been giving yourself some self-care time and not taking in more than you can handle. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, indeed, they are on the list. The Who, indeed, is on the list. So we've got The Who, Jefferson Airplane, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Not Big Brother and the Holding Company. They're not on the list. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young are. The Hendrix Experience is not on the list. Oh, Mandy, sweetie. Well, hang with us. We're playing trivia. If you'd like to play trivia for a little while, for some mindless fun, CCR is definitely on the list. You guys are closing in on the full list here. We were only needed to name 5, and I think we've got 5. 9 Inch Nails? Probably not. Ministry. Y'all crack me up. Not Janis Joplin, Zippy, because we're only going with groups. So the groups they have on the groups they've listed off are Santana, Grateful Dead, CCR, The Who, Jefferson Airplane, the band, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Wrong Woodstock. You were up above it, now you're down in it. Down in what? Down in what, Zippy? So, the Youth International Party combined activism with fun, embracing the motto, do your own thing. Name the 2 activists central to the party. Queen, U2? No, it was a little earlier than both Queen and U2. The band, indeed, Zippy. No, Shana, Na. How are you, Adam? You don't know these bands, Mandy? Santana, Great. Ryan needs to come say hi, y'all. Hold up. Come here. Come here, puppy. Come here. We're going to have an Orion break, y'all. Oh, you don't know the band. Got it. The band is really great. You should look into it. Hey, 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 hey. You don't need to lick. Woodstock 99 had Green Day, Limp Bacon, Alanis, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yep, it had a lot of those folks. Okay, so did we have any idea? We'll let Orion sit on my lap for a minute. The Youth International Party, two activists central to the Youth International Party that combined activism with fun, embracing the motto, do your own thing. Do we know who those two activists are? And then the Mojave Desert crosses into 4 different states. Can you name 2 of them? Hi, Bubba. Oh, we got balloons. We got a balloon release. Yeah. How's the puppers? How's the puppers? Yeah. Come here. Come here. Say hi to everybody. Yeah. There he is. There he is. Such a pretty boy. Jerry Rubin, Abby Hoffman. Yes, Adam. I should have known you would know that one. We missed we missed our giant floating head. We missed our giant floating head. California, Arizona. Yep. Nevada and Utah. California, Arizona, Nevada, and Utah. Shaquille, hola. According to Paul Simon, when and where was he making love with Cecilia? Sha Na Na played right before Jimi Hendrix. I didn't know that, brain fog. I did not know that. I wonder why they weren't on the list. I have no idea by what metrics they're putting people on the list. So I deferred the cards as the rule maker for whatever reason that they made the rule. You say hi to everybody? Say hi. Say hi. No, you went back down. Okay. Next question. What do we got? Oh, according to the Paul Simon lyric, when and where was he making love with Cecilia? Each year, the opening sequence of the Mary Tyler Moore Show changed a little, but it always ended with the same shot. Name the shot. What was the shot? It always ended with the same shot. What was the shot? You guys got quiet all of a sudden. We missed First Minnesota Goodbye. You ought to see the award for Third Minnesota Goodbye, y'all. It is so adorable. So adorable. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen it, Brian won first in award, and it was absolutely adorable. Yes, hat throw. Up in my up in my bedroom, back room. When though? In the afternoon, upstairs in my bedroom. And yes, throwing her hat in the air. Celia, you're breaking my heart. You're shaking my confidence daily. When a kid was too tall for his bike, what were the options? Before he was elected president, what did Jimmy Carter admit in his famous Playboy interview? Up in my bedroom. The answer says upstairs in his bedroom. The lyric says making love in making love in the afternoon with Cecilia up in my bedroom. That's the lyric. Making love in the afternoon with Cecilia up in my bedroom. I got up to wash my face. When I come back to bed, someone's taken my place. Lusted in his heart is absolutely ding, ding, ding. Adam is the winner. We are sorry you were late, sir. Orion, it's not necessary. Just chill pill. You found your glasses. Addiction to pie. Jimmy Carter had an addiction to pie. A little bit fuzzy. Building blocks, wood or standing? Yeah, yes, Lorelei. Raising the seat or buying a bigger bike? They were on your head the whole time. Isn't that always the way it is, Zippy? I check the top of my head first. What was Lucy Ricardo's middle maiden name? What was Lucy Ricardo's maiden name? Hey, Orion. Thank you, bud. Ooh, bleached out a bit. What was Lucy Ricardo's maiden name? You are playing wrong answers only? Okay, Papa Cat. That's always a fun game. In what part or parts of your body would you find your phalanges? In what part or parts of your body would you find your phalanges? McGillicuddy is absolutely right. Lucy McGillicuddy. I mean, no, that was her not quite Zippy. Close, but no cigar. At the end of your arms? Yes, you would. Absolutely. You'd find your phalanges at the end of your arms. He did not admit to plant medicine, Lorelei. I don't believe he ever admitted to plant medicine. Jimmy Carter was pert near close to a saint. I have to say. I can't find a lot. I can't find much at all in the man. No, you're good. You're good, Zippy. You're absolutely good. If I gave you that impression, I'm sorry. I totally lost my train of thought there, you guys. Fingers. Fingers it is. Fingers and what else, guys? Phalanges. I always think of Bones. The TV. Did anybody watch the TV show Bones? You spent some time in Carter's presidential library always talking about Mr. Carter. Hey, Moose. How are you? RLCCLHNL. That's a long acronym, Papa Cat. Oh, that's for Lorelei. Got it. Fingers. And what else would you find your phalanges? Where are your other phalanges? Philanthropist. You're a philanthropist? Does that mean you're handsy, Papa Cat? Is that a fun way to say you're handsy? Okay. Next question. After he left Mary Tyler Moore, Gavin MacLeod steered his own show to success. What show? Fuzz said toes? Okay, I missed it then. Sorry, Fuzz. Hands and feet. Yes, Fuzz said toes. Okay. You spent some time in his presidential library. What did you think? What were you doing, Zippy? After he left the newsroom on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Gavin MacLeod steered his own show to huge success. What show was it? The first NASA vehicle to land on Mars was named for the actual first visitors to America. What was it called? Love Boat is right. Bones was one of your mom's favorite shows? Yes, Moose. Make me feel really old. Papa Cat missed the heavy petting question. Right. Handsy, and he missed the heavy petting question. My chat got stuck for a second, guys. The Love Boat is right. Captain Stubing. You were taking it all in and you read some of his notes. Scooby Doo. It wasn't named Scooby Doo. The Love Boat is right. The Anukai is not right, Adam. You got a stronger sense than you already had about the significance of his place in American history. He is a tipping point. It is a veer off into a whole different direction than what we'd had in the past. Ronald Reagan running for president was probably not the best thing to ever happen to our country, unfortunately. Gavin McLeod was in Stubing the Night Stalker. The Viking won. Yes, Fuzzy. The Viking won. Darren McGavin McLeod was in Stubing the Night Stalker. Hilarious. Um, Next question. Orion is speaking. Ninth word in the lyrics from Great Balls of Fire. Betty White was famously married to a silver-haired television host. Name him and his most famous game show. Pardon me, y'all. In 1976, the Mars Candy Company changed M&Ms. What did they do and why? Hey, Ryan, chill it. Just chill, man. It's all good. Alan Ledden password. Papa Cat walks away with it. Uncontested. Moose, you're cool. You're absolutely cool. You can shout out the names. Not peanuts and M&Ms. No. What did M&Ms? What did the Mars Company change in M&Ms in 1976? They reversed them and they gave all the green ones to Van Halen. You guys are hilarious. They reversed Orion. They reversed them and started calling them M&Ms. Your chat got stuck. My chat got stuck, Lorelei. My chat got stuck. It's the worst when that happens, isn't it? You're going along and your chat gets stuck. It's a pain in the patootie. I don't like it at all. Very strange. I don't understand how the scoring thing works. I do not understand how the scoring thing works. The ninth word in the lyrics from Great Balls of Fire. They got rid of red dye. Yes, indeed, Adam, they sure did. They got rid of red dye. That is what they did. Ninth word of the lyrics from Great Balls of Fire. Oh, Lorelei. You can read the answer before I even ask the question. My goodness. That's got to be frustrating. Oh my goodness, you guys, I don't have any lip gloss. Hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. Hey, okay, that's better. Need some lip gloss. Okay. 4 years after serving as a delegate at the 1968 Democratic Convention, which woman received 152 first ballot votes for the 1972 presidential nomination? Four years after serving as a delegate at the 1968 Democratic Convention, which woman received 152 first ballot votes for the 1972 presidential nomination? Oh, it does, doesn't it, Fuzzy? Lorelei, try going out and coming back in. You'll skip over something. Shirley Chisholm. Yes, indeed, Adam. Shirley Chisholm it is. Did that fix it, Lorelei? John Cameron Swayze was spokesman for a watch company famous for its punishing product testing. Name the company and the advertising slogan. Clark, how are you, dear? It is good to see you. Welcome in. We are playing trivia. It is second Minnesota goodbye, y'all. You had to restart, Moose? Well, I'm glad you're back, hon. Now, the question on the table is John Cameron Swayze was spokesman for a watch company famous for its punishing product testing. Name the company and its advertising slogan. Lewis and Clark had no idea where they were going. Thankfully, they had a Native American guide. Who was she? Timex takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Takes a licking but keeps on ticking. That was absolutely the line. Name the funny pages. The main character in one comic struggles through the four basic guilt groups of life. What first name is shared by the character, the comic strip, and the author? The main character in one comic struggles through the four basic guilt groups of life. What first name is shared by the character, the comic strip, and the author? Sacagawea is absolutely right, Lorelai. Lorelai gets a point. I don't know if y'all are keeping track of the points. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, Lorelai. I'm picking up what you're putting down this time, this particular time. Oh, we need another. Kathy is right. Kathy is absolutely right. Who sang the song Tammy? Good night, Lorelai. Sleep tight, my dear. It was good to see you. Thank you for the flowers. They're always nice to have. Sleep sweet. Sleep sweet. Who sang the hit song Tammy? Name both primary actors from the classic television series The Lone Ranger. A 12-story high stainless A 12-story high stainless steel model of the Earth called the Unisphere was the symbol of what boom era event? Debbie Reynolds is absolutely right, Fuzzy. Dusty, sweetie, how are you? How are things? I have missed your face, my dear. I hope that you are doing amazingly well. It is really good to see you. Really good to see you. So questions on the table. Both primary actors from the classic television series The Lone Ranger. The World's Fair is absolutely right. The New York World's Fair. And the Unisphere is still there from what I understand. Never came down. Mikey likes it too. Nice callback, Zippy. Nice callback. In 1968, Elvis wanted a little less conversation. What did he want instead? Little less conversation? On Dobie Gillis, who played Dobie's beatnik, bongo boshing buddy Maynard G. Krebs? The Sphere is in Queens? Cool, Adam. A little more action. EvMux for a third-party streaming app? I've never heard of it, Dusty. Little more action. Little less conversation. And a lot more action. A little less conversation. And a lot more action. Bob Denver, Adam? Yes, it was. Yes, it was Bob Denver. Yes. I was thinking of our other question. Both primary actors from the classic television series The Lone Ranger. Hey, Orion. Yes, Dobie Gillis was Gilligan. Or not Dobie Gillis being Gilligan. Dobie Gillis's friend was Gilligan. Hey, Orion, come here. Quieting the dog down, y'all. So, maybe back in Seattle. The two actors from The Lone Ranger are Clayton Moore and Jay Silverheels. And Bob Denver played Maynard Krebs. And let me find another question. In Mel Brooks' The Producers, what was the title of the musical being staged with the intention of losing money? In Mel Brooks' The Producers, what was the title of the musical being staged with the intention of losing money? And who were the top two stars of the Bad News Bears? Sarah T. Hughes is the only female judge in U.S. history to swear in a United States president. To whom did she administer the oath? Indeed, brain fog. Indeed. Springtime for Mustache Man. A gay romp with Adolf and Eva at Berchtesgaden. Jodie Foster and Walter Matthau. Yes, indeed. You must be feeling a little better. Did the painkillers take effect, brain fog? I hope so. I hope that's what's going on. Sarah T. Hughes is the only woman judge in U.S. history to swear in a United States president. Yep, LBJ is absolutely right, Adam. She administered the oath to LBJ. Name three of the five most popular encyclopedias sold during the boom years. Ah, can't take painkillers, just not moving. Okay. Not moving helps. Not moving helps. Three of the five most popular encyclopedias sold during the boom years. Funkin' Wagnalls, Britannica, Satanical, Santanica. Adam. Good brain fog. I'm glad you're getting a good laugh in. Where was comedian David Brenner from? And name the pair of Russian foes who were always on Rocky and Bullwinkle and bragging rights if you name their employer. Ding, 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 Adam. Adam had a success. Oh my goodness, guys, we're coming up on third Minnesota goodbye. He's not from New York City, Adam. David Brenner is not from New York City. Boris and Natasha. Indeed. And for whom fearless leader indeed is whom they worked for. So the encyclopedias, you ready, y'all? Encyclopedia Britannica, World Book Encyclopedia, Funkin' Wagnalls, Collier's Encyclopedia, and the Encyclopedia Americana. Encyclopedias were big business. Big business. It's a big deal if you had encyclopedias. We never had encyclopedias at my house. It was the library for me. Whole set of encyclopedias. They charged thousands of dollars for those things. So much money. Let's find out. How much did a set of encyclopedias go for during the boom years? Bring in the Funkin' Wagnalls, yeah. About $5,000 equivalency today. So in the 50s and the 60s, they ran $300 to $500. In the 70s and the 80s, they were often 600 to over 2,000. $500 in 1965 is equivalent to about $5,000 in today's money. That is correct, Fuzzy. Encyclopedia Britannica, considered high-end and authoritative, it could cost $1,500 in the 1980s. World Book Encyclopedia, more accessible and student-friendly, usually a bit less expensive. Funk and Wagnalls, often sold volume by volume in supermarkets for budget-conscious buyers. Your aunt and uncle had one and you were the only one who read it? You read the whole set? I love to read the encyclopedia. There was so much to learn. Just go pick a book and read. So much cool stuff to learn in the encyclopedia. I loved the encyclopedia. But, I liked reading Miss Manners. So I'm a little weird. David Brenner is from Philadelphia, for those of you who were wondering. Anyone know how to use a slide rule? Britannica, the Encyclopedia Britannica. My husband was on the team, one of the first teams to attempt to make a multimedia encyclopedia on CD, which was big business, getting encyclopedias onto a CD and selling the encyclopedias on CD was a big deal. Adam Carmona only uses an abacus. You guys know how to use an abacus? That's cool. What does Mel Blanc's tombstone say? Connect to YouTube with an abacus. Not a slide rule. That's cool, Adam. What does Mel Blanc's tombstone say? I think we already had that one. I do not know how to use an abacus. I have an abacus, but I do not know how to use one. I either never learned, that's all folks is right, Adam. I either never learned or completely forgot learning. I don't even remember learning. I have no memory of learning to use an abacus. So it is possible that I learned and forgot. I don't have a memory of a lot of other things that I do know how to do. So go figure. Maybe they just left it blank. Ah, Adam. Ah. Okay, some of these we've already had. Ooh, third Minnesota goodbye, y'all. Did I say that? Let's get some cards, y'all. Spain used it in phalanges. You just use your phalanges. Y'all are cracking me up. Don Ho and Tiny Tim both played the ukulele and each had a pop hit record. Name both songs. Who exactly sleeps with the fishes? And name the artist who drew nude women in a 1940s pinup style for Playboy magazine. I think we already had these too. Yep, I think we did. We already had these questions. We already had these questions. Let me find some we haven't had. Finding some we haven't had. Tiny bubbles tiptoe through the tulips. Luca Brasi. Yes. Wow, we've gone through a lot of these cards, y'all. We're almost through the whole deck. We're almost through the whole deck. Look at all tiny bubbles. Look at all the cards we've gone through, guys. We've done all of these. And there's only this many left in the deck. That's okay. We've got a whole nother deck. And Luca Brasi is right. Okay, next question. On Father Knows Best, Robert Young endearingly referred to his youngest daughter by what nickname? On Father Knows Best, Robert Young endearingly referred to his youngest daughter by what nickname? Not Junior. You've been told I'm a few cards short of a deck in better places than this? I thought this was an awfully nice place, Fuzzy. At the beginning of Don't Be Cruel, where did Elvis say he could be found? Martha Welby? Are you guys just throwing answers at me now? Good Lord, my youngest baby child. Kitten. He called her Kitten on Father Knows Best. He called his daughter Kitten. Well, this is an easy question. Tetrahydrocannabinoid is a word that is hard enough to say when you're not stoned. By what three letters is this key ingredient in marijuana usually known? Robert Paulson, Martha Welby. Y'all are just throwing answers at me now. Okay. So I'm not going to be able to do tomorrow night brain fog. We need to pick a different night than Thursdays for the summer because I'm working Thursdays until 7 for most of the summer. So you won't see me tomorrow with brain fog. THC is absolutely correct. You won't see me tomorrow night with brain fog, unfortunately, but we can pick another Monday, Tuesday, maybe. You're old, but you're not Father Knows Best or old. THC org. Father Knows Best reruns. Leave It to Beaver reruns. Yeah, I'm sorry. I meant to tell you. I have been a space cadet on vacation. Okay, I am sure we will. There's also Saturday. I know you probably don't want to do Saturday morning though. I could do Saturday morning or Monday or Tuesday night. But I've got to work tomorrow until 7 and then I've got to work Friday morning. So I'm going to be zonkered tomorrow night, I am sure. We are going to the county fair. I will have big reports about how the county fair went. And I think that's it. We did not have the green turtle bus. I don't know about the green turtle bus, Zippy. Yeah, I figured you wouldn't like that idea, brain fog. Guys, I have got to show you the third Minnesota Goodbye Award for today. It is so adorable. So very adorable. So since we didn't have a third Minnesota Goodbye, let me still show you Yeah, funnel cake indeed. I am looking forward to it. Let me show you that snazzy award for Third Minnesota Goodbye that I am going to keep on hand because that is one handsome cat. Funnel cakes, churros, some cotton candy. I am looking forward to it. Lemon slushies. I like lemon slushies. I like lemon slushies. Okay, y'all. That is enough said. I will give you all fried pickles. I have never done fried pickles. I can't bring myself to do fried pickles. I can do fried zucchinis, but I can't do fried pickles. Okay, y'all. I will see y'all on Sunday. Yes, I love kettle corn. And I will give you a report about how was the county fair.